How's it going, guys? I'm headed into a private farm that I have permission to hunt. The spot that I like on the farm is way downhill at the bottom of the field, and you gotta wade across the creek. You can see I got the hip boots on so I can wade across. The point of this video is to show you guys how I use cell cameras, and I only have one cell cam, so I have to think long and hard about where I want to put it because I like to let it soak. Now this spot is where I shot a real nice 7-point last year. I only hunted here 2 or 3 times throughout the year, and probably only going to hunt it a couple times this year. As you can see, I can walk in this time of year down the row without damaging the crops. I've talked about this before. It's so important to get your tree stands hung or your cell cams or whatever you're doing on somebody's private property. Get it done early in the season before it's hot and humid and before the crops grow up so big that you can't walk through them without doing any damage. Because nothing will get you uninvited to a farm quicker than messing with the guy's field. So anyway, it's corn this year, so I can't leave this camera out along the edge of the field because sooner or later the corn will get so tall that I won't be able to see there. I won't get pictures of them. And I'm going to leave this camera in here all through the hunting season, through summer hunting season, and it's just down here getting me an inventory of what the deer are doing. I won't put it in an area where I have a tree stand. I don't think that's ethical. That's just me. If that's how you use yours, more power to you. My camera just, like I said, gets me inventory. It's not doing my patterning or scouting for me. So I got a climbing stick. I'm going to put this camera up off of the ground because I find if you leave them in the woods for a long time, sooner or later a weed is going to grow up in front of them, and then you get pictures of weeds blowing around, and that uses up your battery. So I'll put it up where the weeds won't be able to grow in front of it. I'm also going to pick out a spot that's fairly open because wind can push tree branches around pretty good when they got leaves on them, and you'll get this from a tree branch blowing in the wind, or even a squirrel climbing out on the end of it. You get pictures you don't want. That hurts your battery too. So I'm getting down here to the bottom of the field. It's hot today. There's no humidity, so I'm not sweating up too bad. But I'm going to take a break down here before I have to walk across the creek. And I'm going to always use full attention what you're doing when you're wading across the creek. So I'm not going to film. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to be making sure I don't fall in, because that can make a scouting trip turn real bad in a hurry. I'll be back with you in a little bit when I'm on the other side of the creek. You can see right through here, nice solid deer trail coming this way through the middle of these woods. Real thick on that side, real thick on this side, and then if you look up there, I don't know, 8 feet, 9 feet off the ground is my cell camera. Up there, a deer won't see it. Hopefully other hunters don't see it either. I'm not really worried about that. Hunting here for a long time, I never see guys on the side of the creek. So that's where I hang it. You know, when I place a trail cam like this, I always whip out my compass and find out which direction is north, because I want my camera facing north. That'll eliminate any chances you get a whitewash from daybreak or sunset. If you get whitewash on your pictures, they'll appear white, and it won't be very good quality. You won't be able to tell what the picture is of. And of course, we all know deer move mostly at low light conditions like sunset and daybreak. I'll leave this camera in here. I consider cameras as soakers. I don't bounce them around all over the place. This will stay here and pick up some inventory for me. I do the same thing with the old style camera card cameras, and we'll get into doing that a little bit later on. I leave them on the game lands and spots where I may not intend to hunt, but I just want to see what happens in that area throughout the season first, to see if there are any deer in the area, what quality of deer in the area, and then also how many guys are hunting it. If nobody's hunting it and there's deer there, there's a good chance I could get a hunting there and the following year and do pretty well. So that's basically it in a nutshell. It's up there where no weeds are going to grow up in front of it, and there aren't any branches that are going to be swinging around on a windy day and giving me false readings, false pictures of nothing, and working my batteries over. So I hope this helps you out. If you enjoy the videos, please like and subscribe and invite your friends. Probably won't be the first video today. I'm going to go to another spot and we'll do talk about something else that may help you. And we'll see you when we get there. Have a good weekend, guys.